Welcome back to my channel, Learning Fun with Navya. And to introduce myself, I am Navya Gupta. So, friends, as you know that the summer holidays are going on, I just recently went on a trip to Odisha. Yes, and on day one, the first place we visited was the Konark Sun Temple. Yes, and today I cannot wait to share all the history, all the new things that I learned. Yes, I'm sure this will absolutely fascinate you as much as it fascinated me. So without further ado, let's dive in. The Konark Sun Temple is a 800-year-old engineering marvel. By looking at that temple, it reminded me of how skilled, how clever ancient India was. And the most interesting thing that attracts people from all around the globe is its time telling wheels. Yes. And most people are also attracted by the 52-ton magnet legend, while some people are just attracted just to see the architectural structure. So today I'm going to explore all these three topics with all of you, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. So, first the basics. Konark Sun Temple was built in the 13th century, specifically around the year 1250 CE. It took about 12 years to complete, and it was built by 1,200 skilled artisans. It was commissioned by King Narsimha Deva I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. And the reason he built it was to, reflect his deep devotion to Surya, the sun god, but also to celebrate some major military victory he had over invaders at that time. So now that this is cleared, let's pivot straight to the sundial's mystery. Or not exactly a mystery. So now I'm going to explain how do the wheels of the Konark temple tells time. Yes. First of all, let me tell you the design. It it was built in the shape of a colossal stone chariot with seven powerful horses and 24 wheels. So all of these wheels can also easily tell time just by the sun's light, rays and shadows. And I'm going to break it down right now. So when you look at one of the wheels closely, first of all, you will note that there are eight thick spokes. Thick, I said thick, thick spokes, and there are eight of them. Now, and the difference between two of these major spokes is 3 hours. I'd like to tell you the math behind it. You know that one day is 24 hours? Yes. So if we divide 24 by 8 spokes, what do we get? 3 hours. So the difference between any two major spokes is 3 hours. Now when look bit more closely, you will see a thinner minor spoke. Between any two of these major spokes, thick spokes, you will see a thinner spoke, a minor spoke. And this spoke cuts the 3 hour window perfectly half because it represents 1.5 hours, in other words, 90 minutes. Fascinating. And now let me tell you how it counts the minutes. Yes, these sundials tell the time from the hours to the half hours and minutes also. Between a major spoke and a minor spoke, the sculptors carved exactly 30 beats. And if we divide 90 by 90 minutes by those 30 beats, then what do we get? 3. So one stone beat represents 3 minutes. So there you have it. These wheels tell the time from the hours, half hours, and the minutes. So now let me break down the recent mystery of the moon dials. Yes, I know many of you might be wondering that as soon as the sun sets, how do the wheels tell time? How do they tell time? when the sun is gone. I know I was confused as well. So let me break it down. So, just like the sun, when the moon, when the moon is full, when the full moon is here, then when it shines brightly, it also casts shadows. So on a typical full moon day, on a typical Purnima day, the moon is at its brightest. So that day, these sundials read, moon dials read just like how the sundials read the time because it's bright. And let me tell you one more thing, that the temple, I said, has 24 wheels. Two of them are mostly used by the modern guys because these two wheels come under the path of the east to the west sun. So, what are the other 22 wheels for? Ancient astronomers say that these are supposed to act as the moon dials, which I'm explaining right now. So, every day after the full moon, the moon rises 48 minutes later. So the shadow track slows down. So the ancient astronomers, archaeologists, they all looked at the carved patterns and stuff as on the alternative wheels as mathematical conversion charts. So when they look at the phase of the moon, then through complex astronomical mathematics, they can tell the exact time. So now that this mystery is broken down till we know, let's come to the last but not least, the legend of the 52-ton magnet. Yes, when the Konark Sun Temple was almost finishing its construction, the workers put a 52-ton lodestone on top of the temple, also known as the Diul. And between each stone brick of the temple walls, they put iron beams, iron dowels, and all. So the magnetic force was said to create a perfect system that held the entire colossal structure together. But then, uh, the magnetic force was so strong that it nearly shattered the magnetic compasses of passing Portuguese traders who used to cross the Bay of Bengal Sea for their whatever businesses. So, since the compasses were shattered, their ships also drowned. So, what can the Portuguese do? They went, raided the temple, and removed their giant lodestone. Once that stone magnet was taken away, the perfect balance that was created by it, well, that was gone. The stone was gone. So that's the reason the famous Sun Temple started collapsing. So now that this is explored as well, now to the real science. Well, today's modern scientists do not believe, I mean, it's hard for them to believe that such sort of creativity technology like a stone magnet could be used at the time of 1250 CE. But then the legend is rooted to some real advanced engineering. Yes, first the rust proof. Yeah, the iron in there was rust proof. Modern scientists of IIT Bhubaneswar have been researching the iron beams left at Konark. They discovered that 800 years ago, the talented sculptors had used advanced metallurgy to create a stone magnet network through normal iron that can actually resist rust even better than 100 times better than today's modern steel. Yes, fascinating, isn't it? So, thank you for watching this video. That was it for today. And if you want more educational or informational videos from my side, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone else too. And don't forget to follow my Instagram and my Facebook pages. So, thank you again for watching my video. Goodbye.